So for this project of hip hop street art, we are focusing on a pair of headphones. I started with an upside down U. I added a thick part on the left side and then a thick part on the right side by adding an inner U that goes close to the top. Then you create two big earpieces, kind of an oval or a square or a large circle, and connect them to your U shape. After you create your basic headphone shape, we can start to add some rhythm lines. These are lines that show sound, music, energy is happening in your picture. There's a lot of different styles of line that connect with hip-hop street art, but you can decide what lines you think go with the music. So there's my completed picture with my sound lines. And the next step I did was added a white paint inside the headphones. Since I'll be using a fluorescent paint in these headphones and it's black paper, using a base of cleanly thin painted white paint will make that fluorescent paint pop out when I add that on top. So I'm slowly painting as best inside the lines as I can. I'll always be able to go back and make some touch-ups. So here I am making those touch-ups. A second layer of white paint makes it even more bright. Notice it's a thin, even coat. And I'm just taking my time to fix any straight edges. If you have kind of a feathery edge, you can straighten it out, make things a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker. Just use those brush bristles to help you do the job. You can get a clean edge. And there is the paper with the pencil lines and the white painted headphones. The next step is to go over your rhythm lines with glue. When this glue dries, it will be clear. During this process, you have to keep your art flat. You can't let that glue run around, and you can't do thick areas of glue. The thin glue is going to cause the lines that we want. Thicker glue might curl your paper, run off of your paper, create big puddles that you hadn't really intended. Glue kind of flows around if there's a lot of it. And this is the picture right after it has been glued. I would carefully make sure that nothing else is touching this paper as it dries. So the next step you can do is add your fluorescent paint. This is a thin layer directly on top of your dry white paint. My glue hasn't dried yet in this picture, but the white paint has dried, and I'm doing a thin coat of a fluorescent color that I picked out. There it is, all complete, ready to dry some more. So here, my glue has dried, and my fluorescent paint has dried, and I used black Sharpie to cause details, and now I'm going in with something called chalk pastel. Inside each section, you can put two colors of chalk pastel that you think go together nicely, and then blend them together within that section. This looks like spray paint. And people might call it an ombre effect or a blended effect. But that chalk pastel has the ability, with some blending, to look quite a bit like the spray paint you would see on some street art. And then the last step is a string. You'll use a few dots of glue to add a string for your headphone cord. That's all. Enjoy.